Working capital is current asset minus current liability. Prepaid expense is a current asset. Cash in hand and bank balance is a current asset. Raw material in stock an average of 1 month. 1000 units is going to stay for 1 month. Creditors for material, we work out in the working note. It works out 16,000. I am Dr. B.S. Subramaniam, called by name Dr. BSS, Senior Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Grade College. Now I am going to deal Financial Management 2 of 5th semester BBA, which is also called Working Capital Management. So I am going to deal Financial Management 2. Why it is called 2? First one is called capital budgeting. Second one is called working capital. For 5th semester is considered. In the previous session, I explained the determinants of working capital. What is working capital is? What is working capital? I told you. Working capital is current asset minus current liability. If the current assets are more, if the current liabilities are less, it is called positive net working capital. By chance, if the liabilities are more, current liabilities are more, if the current assets are less, it is called negative working capital. Now, I told what are the determinants of the working capital in the previous session. Now, I'm going to explain the problem with the format, how to calculate the working capital of the concern. What is working capital? Current asset minus current liability. We'll go to the problem now. So, problem on working capital. What is working capital? Working capital is equal to current assets minus current liability. What is working capital? Current assets minus current liability. So, this is the format, how to calculate the working capital. First, current assets are stock of raw materials is a current asset. Work in progress is a current asset. Stock of finished goods is a current asset. Debtor is a current asset. Prepaid expense is a current asset. Cash in hand and bank balance is a current asset. All the current assets should be added here. So, which are the current assets? Raw material, work in progress, stock of finished goods, debtor, prepaid expense, cash in hand. Now, estimated current liability. Creditor for material. When the materials are purchased on the credit system, they are called the creditor. Then outstanding expenses, we mean to say how much money to be paid, future date, it may be 2 months, 3 months or more. It's called outstanding expenses, which is considered as a current liabilities. So other current liabilities are maybe provision for taxation may become, then it will be added here. So for sake of the example, I have given only creditor for material, outstanding expense. Out of the current asset, if you deduct the current liability, the difference is called working capital requirement before safety margin. Every company will keep about 10% or 20% as safety margin for sake of the company is considered. Add that safety margin, then we got working capital required. This is the format of the problem. So, which is a major question which is going to come in the examination point of view. For a section A, this problem is most important. It will ask for 15 marks. So, first problem you are going to face in the public exam, working capital, which is one of the easiest. So, I am going to explain each by one. Stock of raw material. When the materials are there, first in the examination, they say some material will be there for 1 year. Then the question may be asked, material in process for 2 months. If they ask for 2 months, we go for a month. If we ask for a week, we'll go for a week. In a year, there are 12 months. In a year, we have to say 52 weeks. How to know? If it's a month, you go for a month. If it's a week, we go for a week. If there are days are there, we go for days. So 12 months, if it's a month, 52 weeks, 365 days, depends upon by chance. Now, I'll give an example. Stock of raw materials stay only 2 months. Now, so total for a year into 2 by 12 is come. It's the value of the stock raw material you are going to calculate. Depends upon the problem. So first they will give material for 1 year. You have to see that material is going to stay for 2 months, 3 months. If the material goes to 3 by 12 of that amount, then what is the cost of that raw material you have to take into consideration. Then work in progress. This is one of the important points to be bear in mind. In the operating cycle, I explained in the previous session, in the operating cycle, First, we go to the purchase the raw material. Raw material will enter to work in progress. In work in progress, what we got? We got material, we got labor, we got overhead. Material should be taken full value. Labor and overhead should be taken the overall with the assumption. So the work is not finished. Work in progress, they will give. So what we have to do, which are the items come? One item is the material, one item is the labor or wages, another overhead means expenses will come. You have to take the full value of the material, half of the labor, half of the overhead. When you take half, no, work is not completed. You take into consider half, but material fully supplied to the particular process is considered. Then we have got a finished goods. Once the goods is first one, we have got a purchase of raw material. Raw material will go to the work in progress to finished goods. So when say finished goods, what it contain? We got in the finished goods. No, first one, stock of raw material will be there. Then work in progress. If we add no, we'll get the stock of finished goods, debtor. When you make the sale, the particular person becomes the debtor and we becomes the creditor. Debtor for 2 months, debtor for 2 weeks, debtor for a number of days is there. That depends on the problem you have to calculate. Who is a debtor? Debtor is the receiver of the benefit. Creditor is the giver of the benefit. Debtor is going to pay the money after some months, after some days, after some weeks. Then prepaid expenses. Any expenses we prepaid, paid more. You have to pay 6,000. By chance, if you pay 8,000, how much paid more? 2,000 is called the prepaid expenses. Then cash in hand and bank. When you start the business, so how much you have got in cash in hand and the bank? It is one of the necessary for that. No, you must have some cash in hand and the bank balance. When you add all these items, it is called the total current asset. Then estimated current liability. You have purchased the material on the credit system. The creditor material we have to pay. You have taken the period of that he has supplied the material. You are going to pay after 2 months or 3 months. Such 2 months, you become the debtor. The particular supplier becomes the creditor. Then outstanding expenses. Expenses have been incurred. Still, we have not paid the money. So many labor expenses may be, some other expenses may be there. So when you are not in a position to pay, it's outstanding. The expenses may be paid after 2 months, after 1 month, after some days, after some week. It's called outstanding expenses. You add these two items, then out of this, no, deduct whatever the difference comes, that working capital required before safety margin. This is nothing but a working capital. Current asset minus current liability is a working capital. So some safety margin we kept aside. It may be 10%, 15%, 20%, depends upon the company's decision. If you add the safety margin, whatever comes now, this is the working capital required. Students, better to take down this format, you have to better to take down. This is, we are going to say how to make the estimate. First one, stock of raw material, work in progress, stock of finished goods, debtor, prepaid expense, cash in hand, bank balance. But there may be interchange may become, sometimes it will come here, finished goods, then work in progress. But generally, first raw material, then it will go to work in progress to finish goods. When the goods have been sold in the form of the credit, we got the debtor. Any expense have been paid more, it is called prepaid expenses. Some amount available in the bank, in the cash is called cash in hand. Then we purchase the material on credit basis. The supplier becomes the creditor and B becomes the debtor, which you are going to pay. That is called credit for material. Outstanding expenses mean expenses to be paid. If we have taken, we have not paid for 2 months or 3 months, we have paid outstanding, still not yet paid. It's called outstanding expense. It's a liability. Both the liabilities should be added. Current asset minus current liability is called working capital required margin. You have got a safety margin. Every company will require the safety margin, maybe 10% or 15% or 20%. If you add the safety margin, whatever the answers come, it is called working capital required. Take down the format. Format is quite essential. The problem will be solved according to this format only. If you have got a doubt, anything in the format also, you can ask in the next session. We'll go to the problem now. I think you have taken the format. Estimated sales for the year. Here, we have got a problem of 12 units. estimated sales for the year is 12,000 units. So for the entire year, they are going to make the sale for how many units? 12,000 units are considered. So they are given him. Raw material per unit is 16 rupees. This is a problem. Raw material per unit is 16 rupees. Labor or wages, you are going to pay 4 rupees per unit. Overheads, the indirect expenses, you are going to pay 12 rupees. The total cost comes to rupees 32 rupees. If we add the profit of that particular year, 8 rupees, the total selling price is 40. So, what is 16 rupees? Raw material per unit. Labor, you are going to pay per unit how much money? 4 rupees. Overhead means indirect expenses, we are going to pay 12 rupees per unit. What's your total cost of the material? 32 rupees. You add the profit for that, it is 8 rupees. Totally 40 rupees is your selling price. The problem. For how many units now? You are doing for 12,000 units. Take this. First raw material, 16 rupees. Labor, 4 rupees. Overhead, 12 rupees. Total cost comes 32 rupees. Add the profit, 8 rupees. The selling price will come 40 rupees. I'll go to next one. Now, what the problem says, no? Raw material in stock, an average of 1 month. Raw material in stock, an average of 1 month. So I told you there are 12,000 units are there for a year. Raw material stay for how many months? 1 month is there. If you see the backside, what is the cost of the raw material? 16 rupees. So raw material, we have got 12,000 units. How many months are there? 1 month is there. 12,000 into 1 by 12 means 1,000 units is come. Per unit, how much is there? 16 rupees. 1,000 to 16 is 16,000. How to calculate? Raw material in stock, an average of 1 month. Per annum, how many units you are going to produce? 12,000 units you are going to produce. How many months it is going to stay? 1 month. 12,000 into 1 divided by 12 is 1,000 units per month. Per month, what's the rate per unit value? 1,000 units per month. What's the unit value? 16 rupees. 1,000 into 16, 16,000 is there for this. Now, material are in process, an average of half a month, we say. Material in process, an average of half a month. Material in process, what did you know? Raw material full, labor half, overhead half. This all be shown in the working note. I will tell you, when I'm going to explain the working note, you must remember this, half a month. Finished goods in stock, an average of 6 weeks. In a year, how many weeks are there? 52 weeks are there. So how to do? 12,000 divided by 52 into 6 weeks. What's the finished goods value? 32 rupees. Total cost is there. 8 rupees added. Credit period allowed by supplier. He allowed 1 month to us. For a supplier, you have to pay for sake of material. How many months? 1 month is there. We are going to explain this. Credit period allowed to, we allowed to customer how many months? 2 months. After 2 months, they are going to pay. Then, lag in payment of wages, 2 weeks means outstanding wages for how many weeks? 2 weeks. In a year, how many weeks are there? 52 weeks. How many units have been produced? 12,000 into 2 by 52. When it comes, multiplied the labor charge. Then cash in hand and bank balance available is 15,000. This is going to be worked out beautifully and say that how it will come, how it has been worked out. If you do not follow, you can ask me a question. I will say, what is the raw material in stock, an average of 1 month? So, see the working note. Estimated sale is 12,000 units per annum. Per year, how many units you are going to produce? 12,000 units. Sales for 1 month, he says. Sales for 1 month. Raw material sales for 1 month. Cost of raw material sales for 1 month. 12,000. Raw material is going to stay for how many months? 1 month. 12,000 1 by 12 is 1,000 units. The cost of the raw material, how much? 16. 1,000 into 16 is 16,000. That means you are going to make sale for 1,000 units. 1,000 units you are going to pay. How many units are there? 12,000 units are there. Into 1 by 12, how many units come? 1,000 units has come. So 1,000 units is going to stay for 1 month. What is the cost of that raw material? 1,000 into 16 is 16,000 is the cost of raw material we require for sake of sale. So for 1 month, how much you require? 16,000. Then work in progress, I told you, no? Work in progress, I told you. What we require? Raw material full, labor half, overhead half. So how many units are there sales? 12,000, half a month, 12,000 into 1 by 12, 1 by 12, 5,000 units has come. This is for work in progress. How many units is required? 500 units is required. Go with me. I told you raw material full. Raw material full. 5,500 into 16. This is 8,000. Labor required half. I told you, no. 5,000 into half. What's a labor charge? 4 rupees. 5,000 into 4 into half. It works out 1,000. Overhead expenses, indirect expense half. That is 5,000 into 12 into half. This is divided by 12 into half. It work out 3,000 rupees. So 500 units into 16, 500 units into this value is 4. Then 500 units into 12. What you have got? Labor charge is 12 rupees. You divide for half a month is they consider. It will come 2,512. It will 5,000 into half into 12 we say. Labor is half, overhead is half, whereas material is full. So material, how many units? 12,000. 1 by 12 we say. It is comes to 1 by 12 per month. Half is 500 units. So raw material will come full. So I told you, no, half a month it is going to stay. Half a month it is going to 12,000 per annum. Per month divided by 12 is 1,000. It is going to stay for half a month. Half a month it works out 500 units. Raw material is going to say 500 units. 500 to 16 is 8,000. Whereas labor, though it is 5,000, half he has to take because no, it is a work in progress, not completed. You have to take the half one. 5,000 into 4 into half, it works out 1,000. Regarding the overhead expenses, 5,000 charges 12 into half is 3,000 will work out. So 16,000 cost for the raw material, work in progress 8 plus 1, 9 plus 3, 12,000 will be worked out. You have to work out like this one in exam. First one, you see that what is the total sales for the one? 12,000. How many months cost of raw material is required? Depends upon, it will be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. According to the problem, you are going to work out. You say, by chance, it's a week is there, then 12,000 into 2 weeks means 2 by 52. Number of days, 10 days is given. 10 divided by 365. You'll go to next one. Cost of finished good for 6 weeks they have given. So your total manufacture is 12,000. How many weeks are there? 6 weeks there. In a year, how many weeks are there? I told you 52 weeks. So 12,000 into 6 by 52, it works out 1,385. Cost of finished goods based on the total cost. Your total cost is 32 rupees. Here I given cost of finished goods for 6 weeks on the cost price only. What's your cost price? 32 only. How many units you have got for 6 weeks? 1,385 only. What is the cost? 32 rupees. It works out how much? 44,320. Always you are going to calculate only cost price here. That is why cost of the goods have been taken into consideration. What's your 6 weeks cost price? What's your cost price is 32 rupees. How many units has been produced? No. What's the finished goods? No. Totally 12,000. You are going to calculate for how many weeks? 6 weeks. 6 by 52. It works out 1,385 units. So per unit cost, total cost is 32. It works out 44,320. Then debtor for 2 months on cost. So the problem says we allow the customer to pay after 2 months. So 12,000 into 2 by 12 comes to 2,000 units now. Here 12,000, 12 ones are 12, 1,000 to 2,000 units. Debtor on the cost price. Debtor always calculate on the cost. If the problem say debtor should be calculated on sale, then we take the 40 rupees. If they do not ask, no, we'll take on the cost price. What's the cost price of that? No, 32 rupees. 2,032, 64,000. I think you understand this, no? Cost of finished goods for 6 weeks on the cost price. So we have got 12,000 into 6 by 52, it works out 1,385 units. What is the cost price of here? 32 rupees is there. So 1,385 into 32, it works out 44,320. Debtor for 2 months. That means the particular customer is going to pay after how many months? 2 months. So what's our number of units? 12,000 divided 2 by 12 is equal to 2,000 units. He has to pay on the cost price 2,032, 64,000. It works out. I think you can follow. Shall I explain once again? So depends 6 weeks on cost price, whereas debtor also on the cost price. Next question, allowed by supplier is creditor. That means credit allowed by supplier is 1 month. So 12,000 units, 1 month means 1,000 units which we have to pay. Always the cost of material, creditor for material is there. You have to pay how much money? 1,016 is 16,000 which you are going to pay. Then lag in payment of wages means outstanding. So 2 weeks is given lag in payment. We will pay the wages after how many months? 2 weeks. Here 12,000 into 2 by 52. It works out 462 units. So what's a labor charge? 462 into 4, 1,848. We'll go back to the problem now. Raw materials in stock an average of 1 month. I told you how to calculate 1 month now. 12,000 into 1 by 12 is 1,000 units. The cost is 16 rupees. Material in process an average of half a month. Work in process or material process, no. I told you, no, half a month. 12,000, half a month they say. How many units have to be? 500 units has to be produced. So raw material full value, labor charges half value, overhead half value. This is over. Regarding the finished goods is concerned, finished goods is total cost price is 32 rupees. Finished goods stock an average of 6 weeks. In a year, how many weeks are there? 52 weeks are there. We are going to calculate for how many weeks? 6 weeks. That is 52 divided by 6 into 6 divided by 52 into cost price is 32. Then credit period allowed by supplier is 1 month. That means we have allowed the creditor to pay after how many months? For sake of material, credit allowed by the creditor is 1 month. We are going to pay 1 month. Then credit allowed to customer. We allowed to customer how many months? 2 months. The particular customer debtor is going to pay after how many months? 2 months is considered. Lag in payment of wages means outstanding wages. So he has to pay outstanding wages for how many weeks? 2 weeks are considered. 2 divided by 52 into 12,000 into that labor charge. Then cash in hand and bank balance available is 15,000. Once again, I will show the working note, what we have done. See that. You go with the working note. I told you 12,000 units per annum. So raw material stays for 1 month. 12,000 into 1 by 12 is 1,000 units. Cost of raw material 16 rupees. 1,000 into 16 is 16,000. This is a cost price of the raw material. Work in progress, I told you. In work in progress, you got raw material, you got labor, you got overhead. Raw material goes to the full one. Here, half a month, 12,000 into 1 by 12 into half a month is 500 units. Raw material, you have to take the full value, 516. Labor charge, you have to take the half, 500. Labor charge is 4 into half is 1,000. Overhead is half, 5,000. The charge is 12 into 1 by 2 is 3,000. So if you add this, no, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 3 is totally 12,000. So what is the first one? 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 3 is 12,000. What is 12,000? Total work in progress. Total work in progress is 12,000. We'll move on to next one. Finished goods. Cost of finished goods for 6 weeks, the problem say it is going to stay for how many weeks? 6 weeks is considered at a cost price. So 12,000 per annum. In annum divided by 52 into 6, no? In a year, there are 52 weeks. 12,000 divided by 52 into 6 is 1,385 units. So what's the cost? Always based on cost price, is say. Your cost price is 32 rupees. So cost of finished goods, 1,385 into 32, it works out 44,320. Debtor for 2 months. We allow the customer to pay the amount after 2 months. They become the debtor and we becomes the creditor. Debtor for 2 months on the cost price. What's your cost price? 32 rupees. Total cost is 30. Debtor going to stay for how many months? 2 months. 12,000 into 2 by 12 is 2,000 units. You go with the cost price 2022, 64,000. It works out. We'll move on to next one. Here, allowed by supplier creditor. They allowed to us to pay the money after 1 month. After 1 month for sake of material purchase. 12,000 into 1 by 12 is 1,000 units. The cost of this is 16. It becomes 16,000. So we are going to pay 16,000 after 1 month. Lag in payment of wages outstanding. So they have given a chance. How many weeks? 2 weeks is given. In a per annum, it's 12,000. 2 weeks is 52. 2 divided by 52 is 12,000. It works out 462 units. What's the labor charge we are going to pay? 4 rupees. 462 into 4, 1,848. It will work out. Now, whatever you work out, no, that should be put into format. We'll go with the format. You taken stock of raw material 16,000. What we work out in the working note? Work in progress is 12,000. Stock of finished is 44,320. Debtor 64,000. Cash in hand and bank balance is 15,000. If we add all these things, it will come 1,51,320. If we add all these figure, it comes 1,51,320. We'll go with the liability side. Creditors for material, we work out in the working note, it works out 16,000. Outstanding wages to be paid after 2 weeks, it works out 1,848. If we add both, no, totally 17,448. When you put the bracket, it is called minus. So what is the total outstanding to be paid? That is creditor. What's that called? Liability to be paid, 17,848. If we deduct from this, no, it comes to 1,33,472. It comes to 1,33,472. Add safety margin. In the problem, there is no safety margin is given, so it is nil. So once again, required working capital is 1,33,472. Take down this. Take one by one. It's already in the working note. First is stock of raw material, 16,000. Work in progress, 12,000. Finished goods, 44,320. I will show you the figure in the back side. Raw material, you have shown 16,000. Whereas work in progress, we have shown 12,000. Remember, 16,000 is the raw material. 12,000 is the work in progress. Then finished goods is how many months? 3 months. Yeah, it works out how much? 44,320. Debtor is a current asset. How much you have to pay? 64,000. Then allowed to sub-creditor, this is a liability side. How much you have to pay? 16,000. For outstanding wages, how much you have to pay? 1,800. This has been put into a format. In the format, you understand, this we have got working of 16,000, 12,000, 44,320. Okay, 64, okay, 15,000 is okay. So totally it work out 1,51,320. Then the liability comes, creditor material 16,000. I think we have done in the working note. I think you have followed. Then wages for 1,848. If we add this figure, it becomes 17,848 is total liability. Current asset minus current liability is working capital 1,33,472. Then add safety margin. But in the problem, there is no safety margin is given. It is nil. Once again, the required working capital is 1,33,472. I think solving the problem is easy. But the working note is so quite essential. So in the problem now, if they have given in the month, you go with the month. If they go in the week, go with the week. If they go in the days, we are going with the days. If you want to see, once again, we can go through that. You can go one by one. First, stock of raw material, work in progress, stock of finished goods, debtor, cash in hand and bank balance. It works out 1,51,320. Your current liability is 17,848. Then there is no safety margin. The required working capital is 1,33,472. All these items are available in the working note. Better to do the working note in the exam. It may be month, it may be week, it may be days, depends upon the working capital. Then put into format. This format already given. In the beginning, I have given the format. I will show the format. This is the format which I have given. Same format you have work on. We have find out stock of raw material. We find out work in progress. We calculate stock of finished goods. We calculate the debtor. We calculate the prepaid expense, but in the problem now, no prepaid expense has been given. Cash in hand, bank balance in. Stock of material may be week or a month. Here, 1 month is given. We calculate for 1 month. Work in progress, what I told you know, work in progress, raw material full, labor half, overhead half. Regarding the stock of finished goods, no. Once you know, this operating cycle says no. First, we purchase the raw material goes to work in progress, working goes to the finished goods goes to sale. It may be cash sale or the credit sale. When you make the credit sale, they become the debtor. That's your operating cycle. Estimate, then cash in and bank balance, they will give in the problem. If they give in the problem, it's okay. If it's not given, then it's a nil. Then add, it become the current asset. Then go with the current liabilities. Creditor for material. When a material is purchased, it will be 1 month or 2 months. If you say only supply means only material is there, then outstanding expense, it may be outstanding wages, it may be outstanding manufacturing expenses, it may be outstanding overhead, whatever the problem says, you are going to work out. Then add the figure, deduct. This is working capital required. Every company has to keep at least 10%. As per the problem, they not keep any margin at all. So nothing is there nil. The total will come working capital required. Same has been worked out. I'll show you. Same has been worked out. This is your problem. They will give the problem like this. This is the charge for material. This is charge for labor. This is charge for overhead. This is profit is concerned. While you're doing the working capital, don't take into consideration the profit. Only cost price should be considered. Remember, only cost price should be remembered. Here in work in progress, what you do know? One is the material, one is the labor, one is the overhead. Raw material full, labor half, overhead half. We'll go with the problem now. Here what the problem says. Raw material in stock an average of 1 month. So raw material is going to stay for 1 month. How many units have got there? 12,000. What's the cost of the raw material? 16 rupees. 12,000 into 1 by 12 is 1,000 units. Into 16 is 16,000. Material process an average of half a month. So in a year, 12,000 divided by half a month, divided by 12 into half is 500 units should work out. Raw material will be full 16, 516, work out 8,000. Labor is 4, half will be work out 2 rupees. Then overhead is 12, half means 6 rupees will work out. Raw material full, labor half, overhead half. Then finished goods, total cost. This is your total cost, I will show you. This is your total cost is finished goods. 16 plus 4 plus 2 is 32 rupees. It includes what? Material, work in progress, and your overheads are include total cost. Don't consider the profit. Don't consider profit while you're doing the problem. So when you work out here, credit allowed by 1 month. So we are that particular supplier. They have applied, they supply us material. They have given 1 month time so that you can pay the money after 1 month. We allowed to customer how many months? 2 months we allowed. They become the debtor and we becomes the creditor. Lag in payment of wages means we pay outstanding wages after 2 weeks are considered. In a year, how many weeks I told you? 52 weeks. Calculate 12,000 into 2 by 52 into labor charge is considered. Then cash in hand available is 15,000. Once you work, you have already work out like this one by one. This will come in the current asset. 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 This will come in the current liability. This will come in the current liability. If we put into format, first stock of raw material, work out 16,000. Then in work in progress, work out 12,000. Stock of finished goods, work out 44,320. Debtor, work out 64,000. Cash in hand, bank balance. Totally, if you add all these things, it will come to 1,51,320 is your current asset. Regarding the current liability, creditor for material, Outstanding wages, if we add both now, it will work out 17,848. Out of the current asset, deduct the current liability, your working capital comes 1,33,472. Add the, if any safety margin is there is no safety margin is given, the answer is 1,33,472. This is the required working capital of the company. So in the previous session, I told what is actually working capital, why the working capital is raised. For day-to-day operation, we require some funds. That fund is called working capital. What is actually working capital? Current asset minus current liability. Current asset minus current liability. Which are the current assets are? Generally, you already studied in the first semester, second semester, and third semester. You already studied cash in hand, cash at bank, bill receivable, debtor, stock, marketable security, prepaid expense are the current asset. Which are the current liabilities are? Creditor, bills payable, provision for taxation, outstanding wages, creditor for material. That is the current liability. Out of the current asset, deduct the current. If we add all the current asset, it is called gross working capital. We say, some authors say it's a gross working capital. Out of the current asset, deduct the current liability, it becomes a net working capital. If the current assets are more, if the current liabilities are less, it is called positive working capital. If the current liabilities are more, if the current assets are less, it is called negative working capital. All the working capital should be worked out according to this format only. You have got a beautiful format they have given. So you have to practice with the format. It's a very, very simple question will be asked in the examination. Only your working notice should be proper. Your working note should be proper. Then only you go through the problem 2 or 3 times. Go slowly. Time is there. Go slowly. You see that if is it a week or is it a month? Is it a days? If it is given a month, divided by 12. You would say week divided by 15. You would say days are then, it is 365 days. Then once your calculation is over, you just once again go through your calculation. If everything is put into format, all the items will come under format only. By chance, one more item may become, here outstanding wages come, outstanding overhead may become, outstanding manufacturing expense may come, all are called outstanding. Out of the deduct, they may have a margin, maybe 10% or 20% may be given. Add the 20% to this, then only we can say add the figure that is required working capital. I think I have gone through slowly everything. What's a working capital? What's a fixed capital? I told you there are 2 types of capital. One is called working capital and it's called the fixed capital. Fixed capitals are those capital we require for establishment. It may be land, it may be building, it may be machinery, it may be furniture, it may be motor car. The amount have been invested, fixed there. The capital has been blocked for sake of establishment. The economy result, the profit result may become after 2 years or 3 years, whereas the current asset, immediately we want to, for day-to-day operation, we have to pay, we have to purchase the raw material, we have to pay the bills, you have to pay the material values. All this for day-to-day operation we require. Day-to-day operation is called working capital. For a longer period, it's called the establishment, say, it is called fixed capital is there. More risk for the fixed capital, risk for the working capital, because we involve more capital. For a fixed, it may be land, it may be machinery, it may be furniture, it may be worker. The particular is for sake of establishment, the money is blocked there. That's why it's called fixed asset or fixed capital. Here, working capital means it requires for a day-to-day operation. Every day, some operation of the business should be done. That's called day-to-day operation. For that, some amount is required. That amount we call as a working capital. Why do you require that working capital? To purchase the raw material. In order to pay some bills you have to pay, some materials you have to purchase, some expenses has to be paid. For that, you must require for day-to-day operation. That is called working capital. For a long-term establishment, that is called the fixed capital. I've explained very detailedly. You go through the problem once again. Everything is, if you feel difficulty, in the next session, you can ask any question. I'm going to answer this one. And working note is perfectly you have to do unless you lose the marks. You have to show in the examination the working note. The working note should be done beautifully so that we can place in the particular order. So the working note is a must. He must go do the working note. And once again, you see that the working note is correct or not. If the week is given, convert everything to week. If the days are given, convert everything to days. If the months are given, convert everything into month. Put into format. This is the format you have got. Out of the current asset, you have to take the current liability. Whatever the difference comes, that is the working capital. Add the safety margin. Then only we can say that your working capital require has been come. Thank you once again. Before going to next session, I think I have already in the previous session I told you the determinants of working capital, how the working capital should be worked out. First, I will repeat once again. When the problem is given, you understand the problem slowly. Go through the examination very slowly. The paper will be easy. Don't be hurry. Read the problem 2 or 3 times. First time you may not understand. When you go to second time, you may understand a little bit or 40% or 50%. If you go through once again, we can understand slowly. Start slowly. Think twice, and go through it and solve the problem. Definitely we score the marks. As a senior teacher, I will tell you, you must ask the question to your teacher. Anything doubt is, you can ask it to your teacher. Teacher will answer. If you ask the question, you are a fool for 5 minutes. If you does not ask the question, you are a fool forever. I will repeat once again. If you ask a question for a teacher, you are a fool only for 5 minutes. If he does not ask a question, you are fool forever. This is most important point. No, you extract from the teacher. All the teachers are favorable to you because whenever the doubt is there, we are going to answer your question. So doubt is welcome. We, the teacher, wants something from the student's point of view. We want some question from you so that we can get the answer. I think I've explained very detailedly in this session. In the previous session, we have done determinants of working capital. In this session, we done about how to solve the problem. If you have still doubt, when you come to next session, you can ask me a question, I will answer. Till then, goodbye. See you once again.